Hello everybody. Hey, it's Ken Faulkner. I got a video here. First time in a while, I got something that's new. And this is going to be a video with a lot of yes buts in it. It's new, yes. Yes, it's new, but it's not my knife. And yes, but it is a new knife, but it's not one that was purchased. And so, anyway, let's get into it. I'll tell you the story. I always got a story, right? Got two knives here. One of them's new. One of them I've had for a while. Usually, I've been going through my collection a little bit at a time, and usually it's related to something I bought that is in the same company. And this company for these knives is, get it on the screen here, Asher Knives. Kind of a little company. Started hearing about them maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. Basically, it's like my understanding, I'm not the expert, but my understanding, it's kind of like a one-man shop. And basically the story is that this guy, and I'm sorry, I don't know his name. Yeah, Asher Knives. Sorry, I don't know his name, but he does design his knives, and he has them made. He has them made in China, but he has the parts made in China. This is the story I've heard. He has the parts made in China and he has them shipped over to him. And he has a little shop. Maybe it's a garage type thing. It's just him by himself, as far as I know, unless he's increased the scope of his company. But basically, what I've heard is that he goes through all the pieces and QCs them. And I've actually heard stories of him having to send stuff back because of issues with them. That he's very particular about his parts that he's designed. And then he assembles the knife himself and makes sure everything's correct. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's an American company, except for he's not actually producing the actual parts. So, there's still that supporting a company in America. It's just not fully 100% USA made. So, for whatever it's worth. So Asher Knives, probably a year and a half ago or so, he has these drops, and I managed to pick up this one here, and this is the Nomad 3. And I really like this knife, and it's very smooth. It's got the crossbar lock and black G10 handles. Really nice clip, works really well, and just a basic knife. It's got this fuller in it, very cool. Got the thumb studs for flicking. You can flick with the axis lock, so it has those two different options. No flipper. And then I haven't really bought anything from him for a while. Usually they're drops, and I don't have a great luck with drops getting in before they all get sold out, so I don't tend to chase those as much. But this one here showed up on Beast Blades Live at the Hive. I'm always talking about that, and it was one of the ones that was put up for a giveaway. And this one is a fairly new one from what I understand, and it's called the Flashback. And I think the reason why it's called the Flashback is because it's got that long pull like you would see in a traditional knife. So the Nomad has that fuller that goes all the way out and finishes outside the blade, but this has got that, what is referred to as a long pull on the blade. So if it was a traditional, like a slip joint, you'd grab it by both sides and pull it out. But it is not a traditional in the fact that it has a lock on it. And so you can see here, it's just a little liner lock that's kind of bolted into the inside of the scale, and the other side doesn't actually have a liner. So it's kind of it's very lightweight knife, and it makes it very easy to carry, very easy in your pocket. It's got a flipper on this one because you can't really. Oh, yeah, you can. You can get in there and get that long pull and get it that middle finger flick. Excellent. I learned something new. So you got two ways of deploying this guy, and it's a good knife. It's got very similar kind of scales on it, G10. It's got definitely got some grippiness to it. It's not totally smooth, not totally rough, not totally smooth. So it's not going to be tearing up your pockets with a clip. You can see the clips are quite similar. This one's got a little bit longer slot in it, but the shapes of them are very much the same. But it works really well, so you know why fix it if it ain't broke. So anyway, this one was won in a giveaway, but it wasn't won by me. My girlfriend, who went with me to Blade Show last year, and we all stayed with Bees and Mrs. Bees, has become quite good friends with Mrs. Bees, and that's not why she won. It was just total random picker. But she's been watching the lives with me. She's been entering into the giveaway, so we both enter in with our different names, and she won this knife. Now, at first she said, yeah, I'll let you go ahead and have the knife. And then it kind of moved to, we can share the knife. And then it pretty much was me saying, hey, this is your first win, so why don't you keep the knife? And I'll just borrow it for a video and carry it every once in a while. There's the Asher emblem there. And it's got this nice, I think it's a stonewash blade. This one is an S35VN. So he does do premium materials. This one here is actually, the Nomad is in M390. Let's see. M390 there on the blade. So he does use premium materials. His G10 is very nice. So I feel like he's got good quality, good materials, good design, very comfortable. Smaller knives, a little bit smaller than my primary carry generally would be, even with the Nomad, which is a little bit larger. And we'll get some knives out here to show the size. Now, this one here reminds me a lot of this knife, which is a Benchmade bug out with some Flytanium scales on it. But you can see here, very similar design. Fuller on this one, so that's different. Basic blade shape is there. It's got that axis lock. This obviously comes from Asher with the G10 handle scales, whereas I had to buy these to replace the Grivery on the original bug out that I bought. This axis lock, I honestly feel like this axis lock is actually smoother than the axis lock from the original bug out design. It's a little bit stiffer, so this one, the pull is very lightweight. This is a little bit stiffer, and I feel like it's easier. It also has this, I don't know, let's see if this one does that same thing. You see how when I pull this back, the blade comes out a little bit, but not quite as much. When I pull this one back, it really swings that thing out. So even if it's like that, it's pushing it out a lot more. So all in all, it gives a little better action, I think, with the Nomad 3.0. So anyway, there's the size. You can see it's very much the same as the Nomad, a little bit larger than the Flashback. Other knives that we can use for a size comparison would be the Penguin. And this one is still almost the same size. I'd say that's just about, it's a better comparison size for the Flashback, but not quite as big as the Nomad 3. And just another knife that everybody likes to bring out for size comparison, bigger than any of these knives, is the Ontario Rat. Now the Ontario Rat is more what I would tend to pick as a like a primary carry, something along this size, for handle, for grip, for blade length, all that kind of thing. That's more what I would normally do. But still, this one I'd slip this one in my back pocket next to my my cell phone. I'd hardly even feel it. I wouldn't even notice it, and it's great for a backup carry. So anyway, that's my one new knife that I've had over the last few weeks. So I thought I'd put out a video, let you guys see it, talk about Asher knives, and I wanted to let you guys know that I have a giveaway going on. If you look at my last video, I had a couple people comment on it. I just want to mention that you need to have hashtag DSKFS in the comment to be entered into the video. It seemed like some people were interested in entering, but didn't have that comment in there. So I just want to make sure that everybody wants to gets into that. It's going to run for about a week, so next weekend we'll be giving away a Civivi Cogent and some stickers, some other things. We also got an Olight little IR I1 R2 flashlight. So check that out if you're interested, and I will be seeing you on the next one. Bye.